The Google suite of tools is truly collaborative. So here are some examples of how you can be collaborative in a Google Doc, and you can also be collaborative in the sheets and the slideshows as well. Having multiple people editing at the same time, providing feedback to each other, interacting with each other. So one thing to do is if you're working on a policy or a lesson plan or something like that, that is shared with whoever you want it to be shared with. If you highlight something, 3 buttons pop up on the side. So you can add a comment, and that's like these little post-it notes here, and whoever is commenting, it will be there. You can at someone, so if there are multiple people here, or if I want to pull someone else into the conversation, I can tag their name and assign that task to them, and then they can look at it or know that I'm specifically talking to them. Here, Marlita made a comment, so I can click on here and reply to what it can be. Schedule for the day. So then I can reply. So then when she checks, she's getting an alert that someone replied to her comment. So then she can see this. I had a comment and she responded to me. She described my question or answered my question. So if that answered it, it cleared up for me. I can click this check mark and it will take that comment away. So you can comment to each other in real time when you're not in the same room. You also have some other options when we had those things pop up. So I'm going to highlight again. They recently added emoji reactions. So if you have students sharing a paper or a paragraph that they wrote, you can add a little emojis to the side. If you think with handwriting, you might do like a 3, 2, 1, like 3 positives, 2 things that confused you, 1 question you still have. So they could use emojis as well. And maybe here, I'll do a question mark instead. And so they can comment that this is something I agreed with. Here's my question that I have. You can add a little feedback that way. There is also a spot to suggest. Maybe this wasn't clear. So instead of work, I want to say like assignments and papers. And so it turns green. It's not actually in the document, but it is there as a suggestion. And then the owner, who is Marlita, is the owner. She can check mark, yep, I like that. And then it will add that into the document, or she can delete it out. So you can make comments without actually changing the work. You could change the work as well of so on comment. At the top here, I'm on comments. I'm going to go back to edit, right choices for students. So there, I just plain old typed it on the document and how everybody can see the changes. So it depends on how your group set it up. If you want to suggest, so that way people know what changes are happening, or if you're allowed to just go ahead and make the changes. And you can see what people are changing if you go to File, Version History, and see Version History. You can see these are the dates that Marlita made these changes, and on this date, Rise Display made these changes, and so they're going to make it in purple, showing that Display did this. So you can see change that way. If multiple students are working on a document, you can see who changed what. If something disappeared, it happened on this day, this person. And you can go back and restore what happened. Maybe I don't want those changes here. So I can go back and I can click on this one, and then there's a restore version. So I can go back to my original version of my document if I wanted to. And that is how you can make Google Docs very collaborative.